Hey everybody, Moose here. I bought two items on Amazon the other day for the GoPro camera that I use to make filming a little easier on the bike and off the bike. And I want to take a minute to show them to you right now. A little hit of the vape pen. First thing up here is the Swivit. It's actually made by a company named Swivit. I actually have it here on my ball mount that I use on my bike on the handlebars to record myself and other things on the bike when I'm going on the road on vacations and stuff, or just on the road in general. The Swivit was made by a gentleman named Jason, and what it does is it allows you to take the GoPro and have it not just be stationary more in one point. It used to be when we had to change directions, we actually had to take the camera off or put different mounts on there and try to loosen it up and swivel it. Last year, in general, for me, I actually had to loosen up this ball mount every time to turn the camera where I wanted it. Well, this takes care of that problem. This actually allows the GoPro to go in 8 different points, and it locks in and allows you to swivel it on the go. I thought that was really interesting. I saw it on a YouTube video of 5 things every GoPro owner should own. And usually I don't take much stock in those, but this time around I was like, you know what? That would be interesting to have, because I do like to turn my camera when I'm riding down the road, and this allows me to turn it without having to loosen anything or tighten anything down when I get done. As long as I have the camera sitting at the position I want it, basically vertical and horizontal, I can then just take the camera and turn it. And as you can see here, the way it works is it turns on the swivel, giving it the name Swivit. It has a basic 3-prong connector, like any other GoPro mount has, to mount the GoPro camera in. It has a 2-prong connector down below, as any other GoPro mount would have, to mount it into a certain GoPro adapter. It comes with a nut and the screw, and it also comes along with the Swivit handle to tighten up the screw. This way you can have the screw a lot tighter if you wish. Now, the whole thing is made of a heavy plastic, very sturdily built. I think so anyways. It turns, it locks in. You can feel it lock every time you turn it. The little plastic handle to tighten with may not be something you need to carry with you, but it does make it easier for getting the screw tight and making sure it's snug enough on the unit itself. So I'm pretty happy with it. I can't wait to try it on the bike this year when I'm riding around and on my vacations when I go, because I'll be able to mount it on the handlebars. Usually I have this camera facing me. And then if I decide to, and I see something on the side I want to see or something like that, I can just take it and turn it. Locked in place. It's sturdy. It won't go anywhere. It only has a little bit of movement in it. I don't think that'll really affect anything because the bike shakes enough as it is. And I thought you'd be interested in seeing it, because a lot of you guys might be interested in having something like that. I bought it from Amazon for $29.99 from the Swivit company. Amazon sells it for them, and they ship it to you direct from the Swivit company itself for $29.99. I thought it was really interesting, and I can't wait to give it a try on the bike. Second up is I looked online and I saw the thing for the GoPro 3-way, I think they call it, and it looked interesting. It's for allowing you to swivel out the GoPro and hold it in your hand like a GoPro pole, but it gives you different angles. Now, the only problem I have with this is it's plastic and quite long for plastic, I think, and the little plastic screws that GoPro makes. And I know GoPro stuff is usually pretty good. I haven't broken really any of their mounts yet, except for one. But this one, made by SmartPole, is actually made of aluminum. All steel connectors and everything. And I thought that was a lot better design, and it was also cheaper. I think I only paid like $30-some for this. I'm not exactly sure. I'll put links down below for all the items I'm showing you here today. It's actually called the SmartPole X1, made by SmartPole. Comes in a little box, has instructions in it, of course. The nice thing about it is it unscrews, aluminum screws even. And you can take this thing, and you can do so many different things with it. Almost any angle you could think of with this item. To make it so, once you have it tight, you can use this to put the GoPro on. Now, you may notice that the top of this has a basically tripod mount, which you can put on any camera. So the way to attach the GoPro to this, and they thought of this for you, they include an actual aluminum top mount made by SmartTree with the same aluminum screws, all steel mount, that has a 1/4x20 adapter in the bottom for any tripod, and you can screw this on there and mount your GoPro to it. Along with that, also made of aluminum, is a little handle for tightening the screws, so you can get them nice and snug. I looked online, and I believe SmartTree also makes the separate screws and stuff you can buy for the GoPro if you wish. But I'm not exactly sure how the plastic on a GoPro would work out for staying tight. Plastic gives, steel doesn't, and if the plastic gives, it might allow the nut to loosen up, especially in some of the reviews I've read. Whereas in the steel bracket it comes with, chances are it's not going to loosen up. It's going to stay good and snug because the steel is going to go down against it, and the metal rung is not going to really move or flex. This thing has a lot of different positions it can go in. The instructions give you a detailed idea of that. You can actually see all the different mounting situations and different ways of putting and using this device. They give you a lot of different ideas on how to use it and different ways to set it up. I've tried a few of these myself, and they all seem to work quite well. The unit's also small enough to the point where it can fit in your pocket, after you fold it up, of course. And in the box, it comes with a little strap with another 1/4x20 adapter screw on it that screws into the bottom of this thing, which means if you take this apart, you can actually screw this onto the end of a tripod if you want to give yourself any kind of length to your form of tripod you have, and you can have this at any angle you want to for that tripod, which is pretty handy. Little straps, pretty nice. Little plastic screw, I believe. But that's about the only thing on this thing. It's made of plastic. Everything else is steel, including the 3 mounting points for the bracket that holds your GoPro mount or any other camera. It screws right on the top. It has a little thumb screw on the bottom for holding the unit and tightening things down properly to the camera or GoPro that you're using. And every joint on this thing has little metal gear teeth. So when you lock it together, it's going to stay. And it's going to stay quite well. And by using the wrench, if you really want to have this thing reefed, you can do so by just giving it a good quick turn. So those are the 2 items I bought for my GoPro. I thought it'd be helpful for vacations this year and filming in general, because sometimes you just need to have the camera held out away from you at different angles and not just holding your hand. You can actually get it away from you. You know it's picking you up. The Swivit, I think this thing's great. It'll be interesting to see how it holds up and how it works. I'll review it later on this year after I've used it for a while and get an idea of how well it actually holds up. I'm hoping it does hold up quite well, because it'll make things a lot easier on the bike. All right. Well, I appreciate you all watching, and here in a few days I'll be having another couple videos posted. Maybe just one. It all depends if all the stuff comes at once. I bought myself something new for the bike, for motorcycle gear in general, for safety. I'm replacing an old piece of gear with a new piece of gear, and I went with a nice piece of gear this time. I spent a lot of money on it, and I can't wait to see it. All right, this is Moose. Have a good one. Bye.